What's up, guys, and welcome to another Mortal Kombat 1 video on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I keep coming back to this version, not sure why I do, but I do. And, you know, I heard about Invasions mode, and I heard you can't get past Johnny Cage's mansion, and, well, I guess it's just something else I have to see for myself, so I'm gonna start up Invasions and see what's going on there. I'm sure it's going to be load times, glitches, and we're not going to be able to move beyond the mansion. But since I didn't originally cover the mansion in my series of invasion videos over on PS5, at least the beginning of the mansion in the invasion series, I figure at least this way I'll cover the mansion in its entirety on the Switch, even though it might be a mess. Let's find out.
Though the barriers among timelines have been rebuilt after the recent invasion, they remain porous. That is why I chose to secretly surveil all of them, to keep watch for potential aggressors. And my choice has proven wise. There is no shortage of malefactors who wish this timeline harm. But with the advanced knowledge I have gained of their plans, I can coordinate this timeline's defenses. These threats vary in nature and severity, but all risk doing critical damage. With skill, luck, and perseverance, these threats will be defeated. The future of this timeline is now in your hands. May the Elder Gods bless your efforts.
Ah, the loading screens. They have introduced themselves into the video already. Though I didn't expect them to take long before they made their introduction. Ah, loading times. So, before you begin your journey, choose a fighter for your team. The fighter can be changed at any time. So, I went with Raiden last time. And I think I'm going to go with the same logic. I've already bought a skin for, so I know I'm going to go with this same logic I used. I kind of beat around the bush getting to it, but this is the logic I used in the video I did where I covered the entire story mode. At the end of the game, I chose Natara because she has the worst voice acting in the game. Again, nothing against Megan Fox. I know nothing about the girl at all, personally, but you didn't do a good job here. So, worst voice actor gets to take on the worst port of the game and the worst version of Invasions because you can't get past the mansion. So, yeah, let's just slowly and briskly head over to Natara. Good Lord. If I can get there. There we go. I'm just trying to load up each character, and it's a mess. Alright, so as you can see, I've already bought a seasonal skin for Natara. So there we go. Megan Fox, boom. So I'm going to choose somebody different other than Serena. Also, that's who I used last time. I'm going to go with Sector. I would go with Cyrax, but I'm guessing his fatality is still absolutely ruined. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check out my video on that, which is the first 40 minute playthrough of the Switch version. Absolutely just fantastic fatality of his is absolutely ruined. Nonetheless, so we're going to go with Sector. I love his fatality in this game. It's one of my favorites from my childhood. So Sector is at our side. Ketchup is at our side.
I've got one rule. Don't break anything. It's all expensive. And FYI, the house just might be possessed. Straight up, we're talking serious poltergeist level craziness. Like the weird portal to other realms in my bedroom. Can I tell you how much of a nightmare it's been trying to sell this place? Oh, BT Dubs, there's a key under the rock.
Alright, so I didn't actually get to cover any of this cutscenes and any of this introduction in the Invasion series I did for the PS5, so there's also the fact that I get to cover this and cover what I missed, basically. So, yeah. See, I don't think I can do anything as far as relics, stats, or anything right now. Definitely can't do anything with a black screen. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's not letting me put any stats or even auto-assign. I think it tells me about that later. It's not going to be any talismans or relics right now. So it's simply just your fighter and your cameo. So we'll deal with that. Get things started off. Well, I don't know anything about Natara, or as I call her, Megan Fox. We'll see what I might be able to pick up on. I know a few moves where I finished the game with her. That's about it. A Tarkatan warrior has stolen the key to Cage's mansion. Defeat the Tarkatan warrior to recover the key.
Fight.
There we go. That seems that'll work good. Sufficient. Take some time getting used to that combo. And I'm not going to use my fatality. I want to use, which, by the way, what is that? Okay, down, back Y at mid. I want to use the compactor because it's just brilliant. So that's back toward back R. Yeah. Absolutely just love this. So satisfying.
Natara wins.
I'm kind of curious to ask how at the end of this, let me restate how I was going to state that originally. Now at the end of this, when you get to the portal where you cannot go into the realms, I wonder if you can just continue to play and go back and redo these fights. That way you can actually earn some seasonal credits. Look, it wouldn't be much, but you could probably farm the first fight and do it over and over and over. If there's any endurance rounds in here, you probably could farm those, get pretty leveled up, get you a talisman. I can't remember how far you got to get in the game for the talisman and the relics and stuff like that, but you should be able to get pretty decent amount of seasonal credits after you've probably done this for 10 days straight. But nonetheless, you know, I don't know how long it's going to be before they get up the full version of Invasions, so I'm kind of curious about that. That's something I'll explore once I get to the very end of this mansion. Probably should have pressed A. I forgot about loading times. I could have said all of that during this black screen.
Sweet! You found the key. But you're also gonna need the pin for the security system. It's ABACABB. Right? Keep it secret. Keep it safe. This place is supersized, and I'd hate for you to get lost. It's just like a stoplight. Green means go.
So the first time around, I think I just dismissed this instantly. And it took me until nearly the end of Invasions to figure out, okay, green is where you go, red I knew is where you couldn't go. And I did know green is where you could go, but the way the game does it is blue are pathways that are unlocked. But also, I kind of figured out green is areas you can go to if you've unlocked any pathways. If there's anything that needs to kind of be done, I've noticed that it remains green. As when you finished up an area, if there's anything you didn't complete along the way, it's still going to be green. And then once you've completed everything along the way, it kind of turns into that blue color. So it took me forever to pick that up. And of course, it doesn't really say it here either. It just says the blue pathways are unlocked. Well, technically, the green arrow guides you the way to the exit, but it's also areas unlocked as well, because I've had that green arrow guide me to things that are not finished yet. And hopefully I'll get a chance to kind of show what I'm talking about here. I'm not sure if that was done on purpose, not mentioned here on purpose. That way people might miss the clues if they don't pay hard enough attention. But something I did pick up on is that green arrow would be green in multiple directions. And then I would go that direction and see a clue. I would scramble that clue, figure out what it meant. I would say Toasty, for example. And then you use the cameo of Scorpion. You do his Toasty fatality. Boom, you've now unlocked that area. And then I moved on, and it no longer would have a green line going that direction. That line would now be blue. So it didn't include that here. And of course, I didn't read this navigation information last time. I just skipped right past it. And again, it's not mentioning it in that way. Basically just saying blue pathways are unlocked, which, you could argue green pathways are unlocked. So nonetheless, it's also the guide. It has the green arrow. But again, I digress. Let's move forward.
Of course, Casa del Cage sports the ultimate home theater. Stick around and feast your eyes on the greatest movies ever made. Cage Match, Ninja Mime, and my all-time favorite, Timequake.
And those lines, speaking of those lines, are kind of a mess. So as you can see, it's blue. There'll be some areas you go to, if you miss a clue or whatever, that I noticed, hey, it would be green. Again, blue this way because it's completed. But if I'd missed something, it would be green. And say I step on this platform here, and it would say clue right above where it says unlock gate, and then it would be something you would scramble up. It would be scrambled up words, and you would unscramble those words, not something you would scramble up. But nonetheless, you would unscramble it, figure out what it means, unlock that area. Then as you move forward, it wouldn't be green that direction no more. It would be blue. Something I kind of wish, I don't know, it bothers me. I guess I'm OCD about that for some particular reason. Something I wish they would have mentioned as it showed the information there. Not just that it means unlocked, but you've cleared that direction. You're clear. You're good to move forward. And not worry about going back.
Fight!
is life.
Whoa! That is the biggest.
Brutality. The power wins.
I'm sorry. Oh man, that is the worst brutality uppercut. This game is worth, okay, I know a lot of people complaining about price. It's not worth the $70 price tag, but if they moved it down, say 50, let's talk, $49.99 plus tax, it's worth price of admission alone to just do brutalities over and over and see that's perfect. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna be on my social media pages later. That is fantastic. I'm going to keep doing brutalities from here on out. I know I love doing the Sector fatality because it's classic. But I've done it once in this video, and I've done it plenty of times when I'm playing the game, so I can go back and do that anytime. How many different versions of that brutality of the head are we gonna get?
Gotta know what I look like at all angles, at all times. And I'm here to tell you, damn, I look good.
So I missed out on that last time too. No, actually I didn't. Okay, I remember doing this. Just never found it useful. I mean, I guess it could be useful if you have a chest somewhere. But it doesn't really, go far or anything. And it doesn't help the Switch as far as visuals go. Oh, and another thing. Let me go back here. That video playing right there is not actually... On the PS5, you got the actual video that starts the game off that he talks through playing. Here, it's just an image. So many things they had to sacrifice to get this version to work. Understandably, of course, I understand those sacrifices. And that's one that doesn't bother me whatsoever. And I gotta say, the mansion doesn't look all that bad. I mean, considering, all the other problems of this game, like that brutality, that uppercut. Again, how many versions of that are we gonna see? Can't wait to find out.
Fight.
I don't know if it's this game or it's the cheap controller I bought, but sometimes when I'm trying to go forward, I will jump directly up or even back. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, trust me, it is out of my hands right now. Like that. That is not what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, no brutality here because I got behind. Oh, wait, maybe. That's about normal.
Brutality.
I mean, it's not normal where his head falls down at the ground, but it's about, on average, what I see here. You know, not like Garrus's head stretching across the entire screen. Yeah. Having some input issues here with these combos. I'm not happy about that. It's going to cost me a round if I can't get past it. See if things go a little bit better in this round. I've been doing 2 rounds again for a while, and I'm not used to the whole 1 round and it's done deal.
Fight!
Oh, quit keeping your distance from me, come on. I got something for that. Just keep backing up. Oh, there it is. The Xenomorph uppercut.
Brutality. Netaro wins.
Yes, somebody in my comment section of my YouTube short pointed that out to me. It's like she got uppercutted into a transformation to a Xenomorph. And that's pretty much what I've been calling it since, the Xenomorph brutality. Can you imagine if they'd done that in the Alien movies? So you get one of those face huggers, and that's what it does to you. It just stretches your face out like that instead of actually an alien being born, and it turns you into one.
Well, buckle up, Buttercup. Because through those doors is what I like to call Demon Alley. Only go in there if you like fighting vicious nether-realm beasties. If I could only figure out how they're getting in here.
Alright, so shop is open.
Meet the Collector, my personal shopper and lifetime pickleball teammate. He's a cool dude, just don't get on his bad side. My man's always on the hunt for shiny new stuff. He'll buy or sell pretty much anything.
The Collector is missing. Just outright missing. I wonder if Bob's outright missing. I think that's his name. Well, I call him Goro, but he's at the Forge, so we'll see. But the Collector is just outright missing. He's not here. I don't think I really need any of these right now. I don't want to spend any crowns on anything. Like, yeah, he's just outright missing. That is unforgivable. That, I don't understand it. What's with this door? It's like, what's on the front of it there? I don't know what that's supposed to be. What an odd thing to have on a door. Alright, so I could have got the fire resistant. Just because I didn't use any of that last time. So, you know, on second thought, I will buy something from Invisible Collector. Fire resistance. I didn't do any of this last time. I found all of this, but the talisman that either grants armor or life, and it rendered everything else useless. Once things got bad enough, it was like, alright, I'm cheesing Raiden through the rest of these fights. And I did. I cheesed and spammed. I call it cheesing. But I spammed Electromagnetic Storm pretty much through all of the invasions. I get like 17 parts of videos out there. They're in parts. So like all the way up to part 17 of me pretty much cheesing everything with Raiden. Outside of any clues that require you to change who you are or change your cameo, it was pretty much Raiden and Serena all the way through that. Many encounters along your journey will have modifiers. If you've not heard my rant about that, it is in a few of those invasion videos. There is some, basically their new Towers of Time is in one of the, not so much realms, I guess, that you go to. They're more like you're visiting. I mean, some of them are in different realms. This is obviously Earth Realm, and you go to Outworld some. But in one of those realms, stages that you could take a portal to when you pretty much finish with this and have continuous battles, it's basically the new Towers of Time, and they are loaded with modifiers. It is beyond belief ridiculous, of course. It's the only part in the game it's like that, so I guess it can be forgivable, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, modifiers can affect one fighter or both fighters. You can counter the effects of modifiers by using consumables, and that's what I'm going to try to do, I guess, this time around, because I didn't do it last time around.
Fight.
Oh.
I'll savor every drop.
Brutality. Netaro.
I wouldn't say that's so much of a xenomorph one as like just the right side of his jaw, chin, and cheek stretched out on that one. Oh man, that's pretty awesome for Sector. I like that. Too bad you have to leave to select that. It would be so better if you could just pull up your combat card and select these things. Again, there's stuff to do both ways, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, obviously, there's stuff to go do this direction. But you need a dojo key card required, so let's wait till we get one of those, and we have to come back this direction, which I think, let me take a look in there. There is a chest, so The rest of the game, after you get past here, it's going to be clues, and then you scramble that clue, figure out what it means. Some of them are not scrambled, some of them are pretty straightforward. Like when I saw Toasty, I was like, alright, so it's either the cameo Scorpion or it is actually Scorpion. And so I chose them both. And of course it ended up being the cameo's fatality that unlocked that area into the chest. Let's see if I can get my combo going again. I think I've got it twisted in my brain. Something I do commonly. On the Nintendo Switch controller, it's supposed to be YX, YX. It would be square, triangle on a PlayStation controller. And I think I'm hitting triangle first, or in this case, X first, with the Switch controller. It doesn't help they just keep seem to back up for everything. That doesn't help either. There we go. That was it, although I'm still struggling a little bit. It's like I have to catch him, and that's throwing me off. That is the combo there, that little deal that I've been trying to do. See if I can't get this time. Nope. There we go.
Finish him.
What was, I've already forgot it. Cameo fatality again, since we're here. Back toward back R, okay.
Fatality. Netaro wins.
That fatality, you know, actually works out fine. No issues with that. Cyrax's fatality, on the other hand, oh boy. Again, if you have not seen that, it's at the very beginning of the video I did. It was the first 40 minutes on the Nintendo Switch. I make sure it's the first fatality I show you. It's fantastic. I could do it here, but on these invasions, I get pretty set on what characters I'm going to use. But I might do it at the end once, you know, I get to the portal, find out I can't leave, and I want to come back and experiment with a few of the other fights. I may try to do that one. Be my luck they actually have done something, updated it, whatnot. There's an update for the PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox, I believe, yesterday on September 27th. But as far as I know, there's been no update for the Switch yet. I don't think they want to touch doing any improvements to this game unless they really touch base on big issues as well, because I think it's just going to further enrage people. Which again, the mansion so far looks, I mean, decent considering what it's got to contend with, and obviously that the system was never made or designed to even handle this game. I mean, sure, you look at Mortal Kombat 11 and how it looks in comparison to its counterparts, and it's not as bad, and it works. It didn't originally, but they were able to patch it into something that works. This game, I think, is using Unreal Engine 4, so it's using an even higher engine that they have to go back and figure out how to port to the Nintendo Switch, which was probably just way too much. I say it was probably, it definitely is.
already in my veins.
Brutality. Netaro wins.
Did I unblind him? I think I did. I think Kenshi's no longer blind from being decapitated. So now we know his cure for that. Or at least how to make his eyeballs appear back into place, because, you know, Melina did stab them out, gouge them out, and they're back, and it looks like his hair is stretched, his neck stretched. I mean, it seems like this is a neck stretch brutality. And I vote for one, that it needs to be renamed, updated and renamed until fixed. And if it can't be fixed, it needs to just be updated and renamed. People need to know what they're getting into with this uppercut brutality. Wonder what some of the other brutalities would do. I gotta get one unlocked. I wonder if I have another brutality unlocked currently. What level do I gotta get to with her to unlock more brutality? Let's see, let's check the mastery here. Alright, so I haven't done any of these. These I probably need to go do a tower. I don't think I've done just... I know I did the Riptile PS5 versus Nintendo Switch tower, but I need to do just a legit tower on the Nintendo Switch so you can see that mess as well. Let's see. I am just absolutely tapping the button and it will not go nowhere because it's got to load up each one of these. You almost wish it had some kind of voice command so you could tell it to navigate straight to whatever character and just load that. Right, so I should be seeing, it looks like a brutality at rank 3. So we'll see what kind of mess that creates once I get there. Like how I'm seeing Cyrax suddenly so much as a cameo. Is this what, the second time I've seen Cyrax? Maybe the third? The old ketchup mustard combination going on here. I forget I could say all these things during these extreme loading screens. I feel like, though, these loading screens are better during invasions. Sure the heck beat the hell out of Tower and Chapter 15. I mean, the story mode, you know, most of them load in the background, but Chapter 15 is an absolute mess. I have a video on that one as well. Finally get the... Okay, Kenshi does have... Okay, yeah, he's blinded right now. He's about to have his eyes back. Am I doing the same fight over again by mistake? Oh, no, I forgot to do the... I forgot to do the brutality on that one, so let's just go to the classic.
Fatality. Netaro wins.
Plus, we've already seen the brutality on Kenshi. It's pretty much going to do the same thing. I do believe every time. I believe we now know when we see Geras that it's going to be... His neck is going to take up the entire screen. That just threw me off. Absolutely fantastic. I think I will play Invasions mode the rest of the way out on the Switch when it does come out. I mean, for those of you that seen my recent uploads of Towers on the PS5, I've reached account level 100. I've completely bought everything there is in the store, and there's plenty of time to do character mastery, so I kind of feel like this would, if they would add on the rest of Invasions, this is not all that bad outside of that brutality being a mess, this is not the worst thing in the world. I did redo the same fight, didn't I? Alright, well that's alright. It might do me some good to actually redo some of these twice and get leveled up. Try to get a little bit ahead of my opponents. Many opponents and invasions have super armor during their attacks. This means that their attacks cannot be interrupted, but they can be blocked. Well, I'm also trying to show that is going to be next. Whoops. I wasn't trying to screenshot anything. Okay, yeah, that's going to be next. Your opponent's super armor attacks can be interrupted during a short window when they are vulnerable. The opponent will be highlighted blue when it's time to strike, which is what I just did. Okay, so there's no attack beforehand, it's just do that. And don't do that. These buttons throw me off so much on the Switch controller. And I did buy this little aftermarket, it's shaped like an Xbox controller, so I don't have the big bulky one that comes with it. Really throws me off. You talk about woof. But it has this home button and the screenshot button. I feel like we're start and select. I still call them start and select. I don't know what they're called these days on all the consoles, but they're start and they're select to me, right? And on here it's a plus and a minus, but under that is a home button and this little circle button. Apparently that I took a screenshot there. Well, next time I do a brutality and someone's neck's across the screen, I'll screenshot that. But of course I'm recording, so no need for screenshots. It's taking up space. So I'll have to go to the gallery and take care of that. Nonetheless, the vulnerability window is different for each opponent. For each of your opponent's super armor attacks, study your opponent as you block and find the best opportunity to attack. I've already done that. And it was on that attack right there. So that's not one I want to redo. I want to make sure to move on from that. It didn't give me any XP or anything, which I feel like it should have gave me something. Maybe it leveled up my character a little bit. I don't know. So it really did pay off to do that Kenshi battle twice. Because it did give me XP. Okay, that did give me some XP towards my actual invasions level. I guess that's what's important. Alright, so that is blue right now, even though, you know, there is more to still be done that direction. But sometimes if you follow the blue, you will come across what eventually you'll see green when there's still something to do in a certain direction. See? Now we're talking about green if I wanted to go back this direction for that chest. And of course we can't unlock that gate yet. But again, to elaborate and what I was talking about earlier, to make sense of it. So you might have to run around a map a little bit at the end of the game. Make sure you have everything completely done. I did on the PS5. It was tedious and long and just seemed like it took forever. But following that system did really help me get everything. And that's in part 17, a wrap-up video I did, about 4 hours long. But there's sections of it that just, you know, kind of really show that and explain that without any commentary needed, of course. It's just good system to go by. It really helped make me get every fight done, find every clue. And the more you do, of course, the more seasonal credits. And now I'm sitting on my PS5 account with tons of extra seasonal credits. So I hope they carry over. I'm guessing they won't, but I can always be hopeful, right? I actually got it this time.
Devour.
Finish.
Whoop, I did that wrong. Kind of panicked just there a bit because I noticed my health was so far down. I didn't feel like I took that much damage to be losing so much. But hey, I finally got a Talisman. Flaming Nether Skull Talisman. And I got that brutality. And we could see if any glitches come from that. Yeah, sometimes that fatality, it just pops up and I'm not expecting it, and then it's like, oh my god, but wait, what was it again? And yeah, I'm done after that.
Drop the talisman. It's pretty powerful if you know how to use it. Ooh, you can also upgrade a talisman at a forge, you know.
I do know that, and I've spoken of the forge, where it's Goro/Bob or whatever his name is. A Talisman tutorial. Forgot about the tutorials in this mansion. Talismans are a powerful tool in your arsenal. Different talismans can be used in combat to fire projectiles, power-ups. Well, can be used to fire projectiles, or power up your attacks, or even heal your character. Your first talisman can fire a flaming nether skull at the opponent, dealing fire damage on hit. Talismans are not used instantly and can be interrupted. They also have a limited number of charges that can only be replenished at a forge. Use them wisely. Hit the opponent with a talisman while avoiding their attacks by blocking, ducking, or jumping. You can also use the flaming nether skull to destroy incoming projectiles. I tried to fire one so quickly to break up his first fireball there, and it did not work. So I had to block it and then use the talisman. But nonetheless, yeah, that's the idea of that. And I don't ever again. I don't ever use that. I use the armor or the health on activation. Supersized. Is that a McDonald's reference? Such an awkward loading time of silence there. Oh, come on. Every time I call in my cameo, it's like an instant response. Yeah, how is that may get killed for trying to do this, but there is a brutality. It's pretty much just grab, and the advanced view up needs to be. There we go.
Your death is written in blood.
Brutality.
So I think that worked out how it was supposed to. You know, bad voice acting and all. Man, it does sound very robotic. I'm usually not one to pile on about things like this, or, you know, I like to be more positive and upgoing, and, well, you wouldn't know that if you knew me personally in my real life. Many of my friends watch this video and they'd be like, really? Tell me about this positivity you like having. I'd love to hear more. But no, you know, I'm on my videos and I'm trying to be not the guy that's crapping all over someone's voice acting or anything else they try to do in a professional career. Hey, I'm more about chase your dreams and live your life, but your dreams are probably not voice acting if it sounds like that. Even if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, look, I'd love to be able to voice a Mortal Kombat fan, or a Mortal Kombat character as a fan, and I know I'd give it all my heart, even if it sucked. You could tell I gave it my all. That just seems like, yeah, I got this contract with Warner Brothers. Maybe she does or don't, but it just kind of has that vibe like, yeah, I got this contract for this. It's gonna pay for money. I'm gonna go do this game and do the voice acting. And man, I really don't want to be away from my boyfriend today, so I'm just gonna go in here and go, I will drain your blood. I don't know. That's how it comes off.
Hey, look! It's Bob! Bob's my bodyguard, private chef, and personal trainer. He Shao Kahn do everything.
It is Bob. I did remember that. Not Goro, although I'm probably still going to call him Goro, but he's invisible in this version. He's not here. Bob and the Collector are not here, and that is unacceptable. They have to be here. I mean, they're here, but they're invisible. What are they, related to Riptile? I can hear them, but I can't see them. I can see them there. Anyway, the forge allows you to recharge and upgrade your talismans. This tutorial will teach you how to upgrade a talisman. After completing it, you will be able to recharge your talismans as well. And I say talisman as well because I don't have talismans. I only have one. Unless they added one I don't know about on me. Adding components to a talisman will grant new bonuses to it. These could enhance the talisman or give it entirely new projectiles, or new properties. I was speed reading there and just figured it said projectiles, but it can give it entirely new properties and maybe projectiles, I don't know. I don't think I've actually seen that, but new properties nonetheless. It makes a talisman's projectiles smaller. You can do that. Convert to dark, to fire, to electric. Make talisman's projectiles slower. Don't know why I'd want to do that. Converts the talisman to ice. Intensifies its status effect. Is probably... I'm going to add an additional charge. Or not, because it's too expensive. Also, it would be success none. Let's try this. Okay, guaranteed chance of success is guaranteed. Did I really just say it that way? Okay, look, the chance of success is guaranteed is what I meant to say. Getting a little lost here. In my own words, apparently. So, let's not add more. Let's just go with that. Let's forge the talisman. Confirm. After discovering a forge, you can teleport back to the nearest forge from the pause menu. Same with the shop. I don't think I read that for the shop. I was still complaining about the fact that I couldn't see the collector, but nonetheless, same deal with the shop. Alright, back this direction. I did receive.
So, you remember old Demon Alley and how much fun that was? Well, now it's time to throw down with a whole mess of super psycho ninjas. These dudes have ice running through their veins, like literally. Use that Talis thingamabob you found. It'll give you an edge.
So anyway, yes, we unlocked this gate. This is another area in the game I found I didn't use the talisman. I don't think when I first come through here I used it once.
Take down those pesky house crashers.
So basically that, I didn't read that like I'd read the others. Electric works great against ice, so it wants me to change over to Raiden, which I'm not going to do for this fight. I'm going to keep it Natara. It's letting me know I could press leave X to change, which will usually be Y or triangle in my case, but X to change fighters, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to stay on Natara.
Fight!
Being able to fly around the map with her is helping, because that really helped with Raiden too, being able to fly around the map. Finally get my combo going. It's got to be interrupted. not that time. There we go.
Your death is written in blood.
Brutality.
Hey, there seemed to be a little bit more sounding in that. Maybe it's kind of growing on me a little bit. I don't know. That seemed to be better than some things. Maybe that was fun to say. Alright, so onward we go. Maybe. Alright, so this is where it wants you to put in your stats. I chose automatic unless I get to a point in the game at the end when I'm like level 30 and I was going back through and I basically just started redoing fights to earn the extra seasonal credits. I forget what they're called. So I was going back through the fights to already beat the game on PS5 or beat Invasions mode to get extra credits to finish buying the store. And I then manually set my stats. And I just pretty much turned up my attack all the way, or my special all the way, depending on what character it was, to completely destroy those fights in pretty much one, maybe 2 shots. You know. But for now, again, I'm going to do the same thing. Automatic. Looks like my health and my defense are high, which is probably going to be what the game may recognize I'm going to need the most. Now, when do I get the relic that gives me bonus XP? Where's that at? I can't remember. Even though I've been hounding these videos back to back over on the PS5, I can't remember where certain things come from.
Fight.
I do remember that this guy is a pain. Apparently I no longer have that talisman selected either. I don't remember taking that off. Don't remember ever really equipping it either, other than earning it. Okay, come on, take the brutality. Oh yeah, look at that. At least his head actually hit the ground. But it stretched out a little bit. Not as bad as Garrus. But again, at least his head is on the ground. So unlocked cameo Sub-Zero for profile level 10. Nice. There's the relic. Okay, sweet. I was just talking about it and it pops up. I'm sure Johnny's about to talk about it. I need to select both the talisman and the relic. Once I get to this overly long loading screen.
Now you might be thinking, what is this old hunk of junk? I mean, sure, it's old, but is it junk? Hell no. That, my friends, is a relic. The sweet thing about relics is that they are loaded with enchantments. Long story short, it'll help you beat the crap out of these damned realm jumpers.
Alright, so let's immediately get to that talisman and relic. The fact that it's actually got to load this for so long. Well, like I'm surprised when I say that. Alright, so equip that and equip that. You get that 15% increased XP gain. You drop damage against super armor, but I mean, it's not like I'm doing too much super damage against it right now anyway. Alright, so far, that's pretty much, I think everything is clear. This is where we came from earlier, again, at the very, very, very beginning. Where that's actually not the video that's supposed to be going on. Alright, so now we can go this direction. Survive. These are interesting. I've never had any problem surviving these. I mean, you can, once you get leveled up enough, you can just stand there. Even if it matches your level and you're doing these, you can just stand there. Jump and duck to avoid energy balls and survive. Switching to an energy elemental character will reduce the damage taken from projectiles. So, yeah. You'd really be able to just stand there then. Whoops. Alright, survived. Again, you can hit quite a few of those and you'll be okay. Oh, and at least I actually got some XP and rank for Sector everything through that one. But you do on the survive or endurance, anything that's actually you'll commonly see throughout your time in invasions mode, you are going to get some XP for it. These tutorials and stuff that you'll never see again, on the other hand, no XP for those.
Holy crap, that's me. I mean, he's less handsome, less perfect me, but he's still me. Can't believe I'm saying this, but kick my ass.
Johnny Cage as a character I don't fight with, but still such a great character to this game. The voice actor, I mean, it's great. I love the dynamic of him and Kenshi in the story mode, just on par work there.
Fight!
I don't appreciate that, none whatsoever. That seems to be the best move to really go for. It's so fast. I think it's back toward back R1, but since I panicked last time, it is. Well, R, not R1. Listen to me, I'm on PlayStation over here. And it says mid, but for some reason mid is really actually far in this game. For me, at least.
Fatality. Netaro wins.
I do Johnny Cage's announcer now. Cool little outfit that I got also a color skin for that outfit and some glasses. So, cool deal. It's going to be a real shame if Nintendo players don't get the full invasion mode before time runs out in the season. Of course, there's 30-something days left, so they should.
Excellent.
So that's now cleared.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there. What the heck are you doing? Do you even know where that thing goes? It's probably gonna take you to where those freaks who crashed my pad came from. Do you really want another piece of that? As your fake attorney, I advise you to stay the hell out of there. There's no coming back, pal.
And I'm guessing that this is where it would tell me, hey, you know, can't leave the game. Sorry for the inconvenience, whatever the hell it's gonna say. But we're not going to go that way to hear about that just yet. We are going to go back to where it just showed me that a path was cleared. I believe which was all the way this direction, wasn't it? Yep, it was. So, test your might. Which is questionable on this game because it doesn't pop up ZR, let me make sure to see what that is before I call it R2, until like the last 2 seconds. And the test your mights on here freeze your game. Oh no, maybe not. Whoa, 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 I have to... Okay, so the test your might on here, not on this one, but it does require you to get sometimes inside of a certain area in between 2 lines instead of getting over the top of one like I did there. So glad the first one's easy, but I can imagine if the ZR has a problem popping up like it did in the story mode, which it shouldn't because this is preloaded instead of just suddenly sprung on you like it is in story mode. So you should be good. But I can imagine some of those are going to be, I don't know. As long as the ZR is there, they should be all right. Pretty much the same as they were before. But yeah, that was one of my, I guess, my gripes about the test your might in this. It seemed to like they were trying to freshen it up by putting it where you have to get the bar in between 2 lines. Sometimes it's just outright frustrating because they put it all the way down at the bottom or they put it all the way at the top, and if you let off of it, I mean, it drops down so quick you can just sometimes barely get it. I failed a couple of those. They're funny when you fail them, though, so at least there's that. You know, like Kenshi might chop you in half, or Stryker shoots you in the face. Johnny Cage throws an Oscar at you through your head. So there's, you know, you get some funny scenes for failing it, so it's not like a big deal if you don't get it. Usually by the 3rd or 4th try max, I was able to get it with no problems. And once I got used to it, I mean, really, I haven't failed it since.
What the hell? I had one rule. Don't break anything. I banged on that anvil for more days than I can remember in Molded by Gods when I played that blind blacksmith. And that role was an award winner. Sure, it was for worst performance, but it was still an award.
And that unlocks a chest. And there is that dojo card that I can take back outside to another chest. And of course, some more Johnny Cage skins. And of course, it also shows me that instead of me just going and finding it myself. And wouldn't it be cool if we could play some of these arcades and actually play Mortal Kombat? What in the actual is going on with the guy over there? It looks like the one guy is inside of the arcade system and just his shoulders and head are popping up. And the other guy is like climbed up on the left side of the Mortal Kombat arcade. It looks like Mortal Kombat 3. I'm not sure. It might be the first Mortal Kombat with Mortal Kombat 2 on the actual screen. I can't tell. I just know that is... yeah, that looks horrible. I think there's some other fights left. There may not be. That might have been it. Might be go get the chest. This green line, I know it's trying to take me to the portal, right? So that I do not need to do. Need to go where I came from, which would be this way. I notice this line's green too, which is to lead to that chest. So yeah, that, again, that is how I was able to find it. I didn't recognize that when I first went through this, and had to go back through all the stages before I really caught on to that, just because I didn't read that menu the first time around. Really, you should never skip over anything and always make sure to read it. So, more Johnny Cage colors and some currency. Nothing cool in these chests. So yeah, everything is completed, and it looks like it's time to go to the portal, so it can tell me, sorry about your luck for buying the Switch version, but Invasions is not 100% ready for you yet. Invasions Season 1 to be continued. And, of course, you can return the map, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the very, very first fights before it added on any super armor. Because, you know, they're the ones that are fun to do. Let's go back to Garrus and see if I can get his head to flip off across the whole screen again. Because that was absolutely hilarious. And so I can cut a YouTube short out of it. You know, need another one of those. You know, it's like, does certain characters have certain ways that their head goes for a spin? Some actually hit the ground properly, or... because I've noticed Katana, she obviously... turns into the Xenomorph every time. Oh, now he's got super armor. Okay. Or no, I think he was doing his little... yeah, it's move where he... yeah, kind of... it's almost like super armor. I forgot the name of that move. I played as Garrus in this game. And I used to know the name of that move, but I don't know it anymore. I'm getting destroyed in this. Not a good showing here. No, he's Xenomorph this time.
Brutality. Netaro wins.
So you don't really know which one you're gonna get. Alright, so let's try that again. I just want to see if you could actually continue on and on and on with these fights until at least the rest of Invasion show up, and that is a way that you could earn seasonal credits. So what, it was at 2,600. Let's see if it jumps up 2,700. I didn't pay attention to what it was before I went into this fight. You can continue to get XP for your level, so you can level up doing this. Probably get more facing the guys with super armor, but I'll pass on that.
Fight!
All right, Goro.
Written in blood.
Brutality. Netaro wins.
Okay, not only this time is his face halfway across the screen, it's two faces. You've got one face without the glowing eyes that's over here on the far left. And it just stretched across the whole screen. I mean, it's on the ground like it's supposed to, at least, right? And then, you know, oh, by the way, I did get 2,760 now, so I got 100 seasonal credits, so that would take absolutely forever. But you can, you know, if you just want to redo a fight over and over for a few hours or whatever, there's something you can do to farm, I guess as they call it these days, XP and seasonal credit, all that good stuff, and coins for the shrine until you guys get the season. And just in case you don't get the season, you know, if you're playing on the Switch, that's a good way to get seasonal credits for now. But, I mean, my God, look at that. It looks like his face, actually, since I first pointed out, has melted into the ground some. And only half of it's left on this far left side. But that is... looks like it's over there deteriorating. Oh, that's absolutely priceless. It is, it's sinking, isn't it? Like, little bit by little. I wonder if I can just sit here for a while and look what happens to his face. Is his head continuously like turning to the left a little bit? I mean, it's almost right up his keister at the moment. Oh, this is great. It is absolutely just beyond fantastic. That was the best brutality in this game yet. I love the Switch version. I, for one, love it. It's a mess. I despise playing Chapter 15, but I'm willing to sit through the rest of the loading times to see that. Chapter 15 takes like 30 minutes to get through just on the loading alone. So that's a mess. But this is absolutely hilarious. It just stretched the whole screen, and that's continuing. Like, his face was over there, and it's like it's turning. Or is this eventually going to lead to it'll stop stretching? I do not know. I just know you can't beat that. That is absolutely fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is an introduction to Invasions mode for the Nintendo Switch. What you can expect as of now, and look how you can just basically redo the fights. You get ranked up for your cameo, you get ranked up for your character, especially brutality. Look how much the bar moved for doing a brutality. So yeah, that is something you can do. You can't go beyond the portal. You'll take about an hour and a half of your time to get this far. Get through that introduction. Probably more like an hour. I've done I've done plenty of talking in between a lot of things. And of course, you got to deal with loading screens. But you get to level up your profile. So by the time the rest of Invasions get here, if this is the only option you have, you deserve some compensation for the developers, for one. But also, as you can see, you can continue to level. You can be level 30 if you do these fights over and over. You can get yourself to level 30, get your character ranked up. I don't know if you can earn any more talismans or anything in here, but you'll have your talisman to start with, and you'll have some seasonal credits you can go spend and actually get seasonal items with for whichever characters you're going to be playing with, things like that. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a mess overall. You can get a laugh in at the brutalities for sure, but that, again, this is a video to give you an idea on what to expect, like I did with the story mode, like I did with Chapter 15, and like I'm going to do with a tower as well. It's just to give people an idea what to expect with this. For those of you who haven't bought it yet, for those of you who are just interested, who also have a Switch or PS5 like me, or a Switch and an Xbox, or all three consoles, whatever, or even PC, and just you're thinking about, well, I want a handheld version. Is it really that bad? I've heard all these things. Well, I'm putting up some videos. Most of you will probably already have seen plenty of other videos, covered plenty of this game, but I'm trying to cover every aspect, things you might not see, from full story mode to what's available in Invasions, and probably even a few of my towers that I'll do will be probably covered right here on the Switch version. I'll probably continue playing as Natara on the Switch, so my tower for the Switch version will probably also be Natara, the same as it was for story mode. So, I don't know. I've picked Megan Fox to finish and be the main lead character into everything I've done on the Switch, because it just seems to make sense. You take worst voice actor for a character and take it to the worst port of the game and mix them together, because it's a joke. So you take a joke of a voice actor and you mix the two together. And it's unfortunate for Natara, because, Natara feels like she's taken steps backwards, where characters like Ashra and characters like Reiko and characters like Havoc feel like they've taken a step forward into their own identities, and Natara does have one, it's just not a great one. So unfortunately, she gets stuck as my main character and star of these Nintendo Switch versions. But nonetheless, I've taken up more than enough time here. This is going to wrap up to about an hour and 30 minutes. Again, for you guys, you'll probably get through this faster than an hour, which is a shame that you only get an hour of Invasions, because despite its reviews, despite what people say, I love this mode. And I hope you love it as much as I do, and I hope Nintendo Switch users get the full Invasions in a couple of weeks as I promised, but I got a bad feeling about that. So if I were you guys, I would start spamming some of these fights over and over again and get what seasonal credits you can and get your profile level up. That way, when it is available, you should be able to run right through most of it and quickly gain all the rest of the stuff there is to gain. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and join me for more Switch and PS5 content on Mortal Kombat 1. I'll see you guys next time.